Yo, what's up? My name is Lizzie, and I am here to specifically talk to my middle school dude friends. That might sound a little weird since I'm actually, hopefully clearly, not in middle school, also not a dude, representing the dudette gender here today, but I do remember being a middle school girl, and so I wanted to offer some feedback that might actually help my young male friends have better relationships with their young female friends. And so to help me out and to spark my memory a little bit, I actually went over to my parents' house and I found my old journals. So this is literally my journal from the 7th grade. You can see that since it says Liz's journal. Very cool, and block lettering. And also, I found my nice Tigger journal from the 8th grade, which is really filled with some photos. Don't worry, I kept it cut out of Aaron Carter. Very cool, very cool. Oh, what's up, JT? That's Justin Timberlake. I realize not all of you will have any idea who any of these people are. Also, there's a lot of printed out chat conversations from AOL, which is basically like Messenger of the 90s. So anyways, hopefully this will give you a little bit of info and help you have, yeah, just better relationships and also embarrass people less and not like that people were intentionally embarrassing one another, but sometimes it just happens because your bodies are going through some weird things in middle school. So all that to say, I am going to be talking about two main things. I'm going to be talking about your bodies, and then I'm going to be talking about bathing. So I actually broke it down in my head as like boobs, blood, BO. Oh, and hair. Shoot, I want to talk about hair also. I can't think of a quick B word for hair. Body hair? I don't know. No, that's weird. That's actually, I feel a little creepy even having said that. I don't know why, but okay, you know what? I'm just going to start with the hair thing because in general, your bodies are changing, your lady friends, classmates, their bodies changing in all sorts of weird ways. But one way that is similar is that you are all finding hair in new locations, okay? So it's like one day you're showering, you're like, my hair, this smells so good. And then you're like, where did that little hair come from? And then that happens again and again in different places of your body. And one of the places that it's happening for you probably, if you are a dude watching, is like you might be getting this little like mustache coming in. You're like, what? Where's that come from? When did I turn into my dad? Well, the weird thing here is that some of your lady classmates are also getting that same thing. And it's not everybody, but some of them will be. And some of them will also like, one day you knew them in the 5th grade and they had 2 perfectly reasonable eyebrows. And then all of a sudden, in 7th grade, you look at them and you're like, ugh, that is just one big eyebrow. And you might be tempted to be like, why do you have a unibrow? But my rule here, my suggestion, I should say, it's not a rule. Who am I to make rules? But my suggestion on if you notice any of those things, just don't say anything. Just don't say anything. It's like the best response to noticing new hair on your classmates. And hopefully, if you have some weird hair situation happening too, they won't say anything to you either. Because another thing that you might not know is like some people's parents are very oddly strict about like when their daughters can start shaving their legs. Like some parents don't ever know or care or think about it. And other parents are like, you may not shave your legs until you're in 7th grade, which I never got. So it's like you might have some kids in your class that like have to go to gym and put on those dang shorts and they've got like very hairy legs and they wish they didn't, but they have strict parents. And so again, just like please be respectful and just don't say anything. So that's my like one little tangent about hair. Now, second topic, boobs. One of my favorite topics. But in middle school, definitely would not have been one of my favorite topics. Because the thing is, like, some of your friends are developing breasts and some of them are not. And so my overall thoughts on how to handle that as a middle school dude is just like, you don't actually have to handle it. You just don't have to say anything. You just like let it be and understand that bodies develop at different times. Oh, that's so boring, Lizzie. I thought you were gonna tell a good boob joke. I know, but I'm not in this scenario. I'm literally just gonna say, don't even talk to them about it. Just like definitely don't like snap their bra. Nobody likes that. And also, I remember kids in my grade or like in my class, they would sometimes like run their finger up your back to be like, are you bra check? That's what they would say, bra check. And it's like, also don't do that. It's super rude. And again, people's bodies are changing at different times. So, okay, second suggestion, same suggestion as number one, which is first one, don't say anything. Second one, don't say anything. Third one, we'll see what the rule suggestion is here. This is around blood. Okay, so I know you've probably all taken sex ed or whatever, because I think that happens in 6th grade, and you probably learn that there's like this thing called the period, but maybe you don't know much about that, but you should definitely like research that. I'm not gonna get into a whole big spiel on it, but the situation is like one day you're just like living your best life, and then the next day you have blood in your underwear and you're like, maybe I'm dying, maybe I'm not, it's all terrible. And then you end up having to like put like little cotton terribleness in your body or whatever you do, but you have to figure it out certainly. And it's just like a really weird thing for middle school girls or early high school girls to be figuring out. And so before they've really got it dialed in, like how they're gonna handle it, it is possible that you might see blood on somebody's pants or shorts or whatever. And okay, what do you think the third rule or suggestion is? Is it don't say anything? Yeah! Oh my God! You're so right. It is don't say anything to the girl. But you should or could, oh man, my hair really got messed up, but you should or could say something to like the teacher if you're in a situation where you're at school and you notice it. Definitely tell your teacher, and you can just be like, yo, I'm not trying to embarrass so-and-so, but I noticed this. Maybe you could talk to them. Ideally, they will call that girl's parent and be like, you should really take her home and let her have like a movie marathon, because she will be very embarrassed, likely, probably. So that would be my suggestion for the blood portion of this entertainment. I don't know if this is really entertainment, but anyways, moving right along. Final thing, very quick, that is BO, body odor. So if your parents haven't already hooked you up with some deod, my suggestion is like throw it on their grocery list, or like if you're embarrassed to talk to them about it or whatever, shoot them a text. Just be like, yo, ma, hook it up with that deod, please. And I'm sure they will get it for you. And then just have to remember to just like throw it on in the morning before you leave for school or wherever you're going that day. Not that hard. Second little tip on that though is that you may have had Axe, which is like an entry-level version of cologne, basically. It's not deodorant, so I wouldn't suggest just spraying and thinking that's sufficient, because it's not. I would just probably axe the Axe and just stick with the deod. Just my recommendation. Because I think that sometimes girls can be mean to dudes about that, and so maybe I should make a second video on things that middle school girls should be aware of with middle school dudes. So anyways, those are my hot tips. Basically, it's just around being nice and just don't point out new awkward things about girls' bodies at this age, because it's just like they're just figuring it out. So overall, just be kind and enjoy each other's company and be nice to each other. All right, so feel free, if you have any questions or whatever, just leave me a comment and I'll do my best to answer. And in the meantime, have a good week. All right, see